everyone, this week I'm testing the domestic GOTHESS vegan coffee and walnut cake. This recipe won the poll on the Forever Our Home Facebook page. I've started by preheating my oven to 160 degrees. I'm using a fan assisted oven. In this recipe, I'm using the ingredients for a non-gluten-free cake. I think this recipe is going to be quite simple. All we need to do is mix in a bowl flour, corn flour, baking powder, bicarb, and a pinch of salt. So let's just whisk it together. During this step, the recipe asks you to put in some espresso powder. Well, I haven't got that, so I've chose to use coffee granules, equal quantities, and I've poured on 1 tablespoon of boiling hot water so it becomes liquid, and I'm going to mix these into my wet ingredients in a minute. So now we're going to mix the wet ingredients together plus the sugar. So I've got my milk, melted butter, remembering that all of these ingredients I'm using are plant-based, my yogurt, vegetable oil, my coffee, lemon juice, vanilla extract, and sugar. Okay, so let's give this a whisk together. And what we're going to do is we're going to add this wet mixture now to the dry. So let's gradually pour it in. And we've got to be very careful not to overbeat this mixture because apparently it can go tough. Then finally we're going to mix in some chopped walnuts. Just stir those through. Now let's pop it into the tins. Okay, so I've put my batter into both tins and they're equally spread out, but I must admit they're looking a little bit drier than normal. So I'm hoping I haven't done anything wrong. We'll soon find out. So those eagle-eyed people might notice that the consistency of my batter is how it should be now, because before I did everything right, but I didn't double the quantities that it actually tells you to in the recipe. So I had a bit of a disaster and I had to actually get rid of what I've just made, but I've done it again, same method, just the right quantities. So I've got a better consistency of batter, as you can see. So I'm now going to put them into the tins and get them in the oven for 30 minutes. And fingers crossed, everything's okay now. To make the buttercream, I've mixed together 2 tablespoons of coffee granules with 1 tablespoon of hot water, and now I'm going to add the milk. Now I'm going to whisk the butter on its own for a couple of minutes to get it fluffy before adding the other ingredients. Okay, so this is where the fun begins. It's time for the icing sugar, my favourite bit. Not. It goes everywhere. Right, I'm trying to, let's see how we go, try and do this the best I can. Oh. Yeah, we've got an icing sugar cloud again. Right, let's wait for the dust to settle. Right, now the icing sugar cloud's disappeared, I'm going to add the coffee mixture and the vanilla. And to prevent the icing sugar going all over my kitchen again, I'm going to use a tea towel to cover it over just to minimise the dust. So here we go.